since you are saying that the goal of our life is hearing and chanting of the holy name, this is the practical problem which happens to most people who are there in the outside world, means doing a job or a business or a profession. Now on one side it has been said that the main goal of our life is to advance in spiritual life of hearing and chanting and all sorts of things. It's completely directly related to Krishna. The more we spend the time in our spiritual life, it automatically it so happens that we have to spend less time in our other activities. Means actively spending more time in the business or profession. And there we have to compromise as far as our business is concerned. On one side, some of the devotees, whosoever we meet it, they say that because you do spend more time in the business or profession, you earn more money, and taking more money, you are doing some service to Krishna. And that's why it is better to do that way a devotional service. But on the other hand, we have been told to spend more time on hearing and chanting. So it becomes such a bad predicament that what should we do? Spend more time into spiritual life or doing just activities? Because going over there, that attraction for Krishna or to that straight, completely, so to say, Krishna consciousness is completely somewhat diminished. And the goal is somewhat mingled altogether. So what should we do? Should we compromise that or should we go only on to that process? We have to do it, but we have to give more emphasis on what basis? And I would like to know.
In other words, you're thinking of becoming a brahmachari already. Grihastha ashram is an ashram of moderation. The sannyasin brahmachari ashram is the ashram of extreme hardship, extreme sacrifice, and extreme surrender. And for those rare souls who are willing to do that, it is a wonderful opportunity to give everything to Krishna. And therefore Grihastas should very much honor and respect anyone who is willing to sincerely take to this order of life. But there is a need for both. And the Grihastha ashram, we read in the Shastra, is characterized by intelligent moderation. The fact is that in your profession, it becomes devotional service. It becomes sacrifice to the extent you are Krishna conscious and offering the fruits of your labor for the pleasure of Krishna. But you have to offer your fruits of your labor in love, in devotion. Therefore, one must have a very strict sadhana. One should moderate one's life by having a very specific time every day to chant for 2 hours, to hear the Srimad Bhagvatam, naṣṭa-prāyeṣv abhadreṣu nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. It is essential to hear the Bhagavatam every day. It is essential to chant according to the vow we have made to our spiritual master every day. It is essential to invite sadhus to our home, to serve them, and humble ourselves before them. These are the principles of Grihastha ashram, given in the scriptures and exemplified by all the great devotees of the Lord throughout history in that ashram. It is the duty of a Grihastha to regularly associate with devotees. It is the duty of a Grihastha to install the deity in his house and worship that deity and offer all food to that deity and make one's house a holy place. So we have these minimal devotional principles: to chant 2 hours every day, to hear the Bhagavatam every day, to offer all one's food and worship the deity of the Lord within the house, and to serve the sadhus and associate with devotees. These are 4 minimal principles that must be adhered to. And if you neglect those, then your mentality will become like a karmi. You may wear tilak on the outside, but in the inside, you will not have the proper spiritual principles to live by. So after we understand the necessities of our spirituality, and we properly nourish ourselves in that way, then we can go into the field of our profession, and we could work very, very, very hard and with all of our energy. And then whatever fruits we offer to Krishna will actually be tasteful to Krishna, because they will be offered with sincere devotion. But if we neglect the basic principles of sadhana, then even if we work like asses and offer millions of dollars, the fruits of those millions of dollars are not going to taste very sweet to Krishna, because they cannot be offered with sincere devotion. So therefore, we must learn to moderate our life in such a way that our sadhana is strong and our working in this world is strong and full of energy, spiritual energy. And if you go too extreme either way, then you will not properly make spiritual advancement. Because as a Grihastha, you have a responsibility to protect your family, you have a responsibility to make offerings to the Lord through the fruits of your actions. And if you neglect those things, you're not a responsible devotee. But if you neglect your sadhana, if you neglect hearing the Bhagavad, chanting the holy names, associating with devotees and worshipping the deity, then you're also not following your ashram properly. So therefore, it is the middle path. It is a path of moderation with intelligence.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.